Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Psycho, and I've got another video for you all today. This one is actually going to be focusing on a more serious and important topic, and it's actually over copyright claims and fair use, which is an issue I have with AMC. I just want to make sure and say this ahead of time. I apologize for my voice right now. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I got up early before work to record this. Of course, I usually use this time to record and edit future videos. However, I have to focus on this and get out of my pattern because this is something that needs to be addressed. It's also a situation that I was really aggravated about last night. It's probably a good thing I slept on it, or I would be roasting the AMC right now. I might be doing a little bit of that still, but I'm feeling kind of mellow where I'm a little bit tired right now, so I am going to try and approach this somewhat professionally. Anyways, I want to get right into explaining this video. I recently got a bunch of content ID claims on pretty much all of my Season 7 trailer videos, including my Season 7 trailer prediction video. This is what I like to call absolute bullshit. Basically, what a content ID claim is, it's when it tells you that it includes copyright content, and it also says that you cannot monetize the video. However, what happens with that video is, they put advertisements of their own on it, and then they take all of the money because they say that you're using some of their content. Now, this can be claimed manually or automatically, in which it was actually claimed manually for all of my videos. But now let's talk about the kicker right here. Usually a copyright claim happens on some sort of music or video clip. However, music and video, although I know it would improve the quality of some of my other videos, I chose not to do that because of that very reason. That's honestly why I stuck to using only Walking Dead images, because that's something I've never really heard of anyone actually claiming as a company, so I thought I was in the clear on that. It turns out that a company called Shop AMC still decided to claim my videos, even though it's just a picture. We're talking a still image here. I've never heard of just an image being copyrighted in a YouTube video. I just think that's some low-down bullcrap. The funniest thing about this is, it's not just a normal image that I put in the majority of my videos. Most of the time I use one image, and that image happens to be overly edited, which I do on purpose to avoid situations like this just in case, even though I thought it was pretty unrealistic for something like that to happen. If you guys go and look, I pretty much use thumbnails for my videos. I put text over the images, I add PNGs, I add multiple images and put it over another image. I then highlight that image and then put Photoshop stroke around it. All of that changes the normal content, where I'm basically mixing it up and making it my own. However, one could still argue that that original content is there. In reality though, you can also argue that it is fair use. Not only am I changing the image, but I'm adding criticism, commentary, and news reporting, which are all characteristics of fair use. Now let's go on into the actual law of fair use according to the Legal Information Institute. Now this is where knowing copyright laws can be beneficial, and I personally think it's something that they don't really expect you to know, and they just want you to go along with this claim. This is from Section 107 from Title 17 of the U.S. Code of Limitations on Exclusive Rights, and it states, notwithstanding the provisions of Sections 106 and 106A, the fair use of a copyrighted work, including such use by reproduction in copies or phonorecords, or by any other means specified by that section, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, including multiple copies for classroom use, scholarship, or research, is not an infringement of copyright. So as you guys can see, it is clear as day that my content is fair use. Now this is actually a big problem on YouTube that many people have been experiencing. A hashtag known as Where's the Fair Use started a few months back. It's really a common issue in which copyright owners abuse their power. Just to justify my content as fair use one more time, I include comment, news reporting, criticism, and even teaching sometime, also even involving research, which are all parts of fair use. I do news reporting where I give you guys the latest news on The Walking Dead. I offer criticism, most of the time constructive criticism. I try and teach you guys some of the things I've learned and found within the show. And I also give my comment on it, including my opinions. So not only am I just contributing with just one piece of fair use, but I'm actually contributing with the majority of what qualifies as fair use. Now I would like to explain to you guys why this claim is a big deal for me. I know a few of you out there are just thinking, come on Psycho, all it does is block you from earning money. Let me tell you guys right now, that is not the case. Trust me, if I had not gotten a copyright strike a while back and this occurred, I wouldn't be aggravated whatsoever. Actually, yeah, I probably would because I don't usually get copyright claims on picture videos. But anyways, getting to the point, it wouldn't be as big of a deal because you think of copyright things as a positive thing. They're saving you from getting a strike and they're just saying, oh yeah, we'll just take the money from this and we won't give you a strike. However, all of that was fine and dandy before I had my experience with getting a copyright strike. Of course, a copyright strike is a completely different thing, but the important thing to notice out of this is I actually had a content ID claim on the video that then received the copyright strike. This was something that I had never heard of anyone experiencing before. Basically what happened was I got a content ID claim on a Fear the Walking Dead video I posted. I can say right now that video for sure was not fair use. I just posted a Fear the Walking Dead teaser trailer. However, what they did was they just claimed that teaser trailer, which basically means I can keep it up, but they make the ad revenue off of that. And I thought, okay, that's completely fair, I'm fine with that. Yet a week later, I received a copyright strike on that same video that said you basically don't have to worry about anything, that we'll just make the money with the ads and you can leave it up. Like I said, this is something that I had never heard of happening before, and I feel like it is just a big wrongdoing. To pretty much say you're in the clear and you don't have to worry, and then they strike you because maybe that video's not making enough money, it just seems like they decided to do something on the spot, and the fact that they didn't even give you some sort of notice to take it down, it just shows the overall unprofessional qualities of this company. That is honestly why I'm kind of afraid of keeping these videos up, because although it does kind of look like I'm in the clear and they say you can keep this up, at any time they have the power to strike one of these videos down and give me a copyright strike. Not only that, but considering I have 5 or 6 videos that have content ID claims, they could do 3 at once and then bam, my channel is gone in one day. I don't even have a chance to remove any other videos before they strike them if they do it all at once. That gives me and my channel a huge risk, and it endangers 3 years worth of blood, sweat, and tears that I've put into this YouTube channel. There's also another thing that I wanted to mention, and this involves 2 other YouTubers, specifically Walking Dead YouTubers, that are making people aware of this situation, and I am very grateful for that. These YouTubers include Makeupath Presents, also known as Roddy Hayes, and Meg Stansfield. When I initially got this content ID claim, I went straight to Twitter to ask Ronnie Hayes about it because I knew he had experiences with Fear the Walking Dead in the past in which they had recently started claiming his content. After I tweeted him, I went over to his Twitter and his YouTube page and noticed that he had actually posted a video and multiple tweets upon it. I then realized he was in the exact same situation as me, except I think the majority of his videos were Fear the Walking Dead videos, yet I did see a few Walking Dead Season 7 trailer ones as well. Now, one thing that I would like to point out for this is, of course you guys know, I don't really care about the money. I honestly don't make enough money to care about it. Honestly, sometimes I can have a video with 1,500 views and barely make 60 or 70 cents off of it for some reason. However, I completely understand that there are people out there that care about the money because these are people that have really built up their channel and put in a lot of hard work to actually establish it as a career. Now, if you put in the hard work and have the abilities to do so, I say hell yeah, go for that as a career. It's something I would love to do as a career. So having Ronnie Hayes do this as an actual career, this is really going to affect him. I mean, he has a family to feed, he has Juliet to feed, he's got himself to worry about as well. Considering the majority of his content is The Walking Dead, and the majority of the views come from that, this is taking a lot of money that should be going into his pocket. I just think that's completely wrong because all of the hard work is being done by the user, not AMC. They're just coming up to you and snatching all of the money out of your wallet and saying, oh, we own this, we're taking the money. I really feel bad for a person like Ronnie Hayes that does this as a job in which these claims are extremely going to affect his lifestyle. I noticed in his video he mentioned having those claims occur, he has to go and do overtime with some job. Now, I don't know if YouTube is his complete job, but I can assume it's a pretty good source of income for him. Like I said, I think this situation is completely wrong with him and I. He has a family to feed, he has a roof to pay for. This is something that he kind of depends on for income, and AMC is really screwing him and I over. In addition, you have Meg Stansfield. She's someone that covers The Walking Dead as well. I've been aware of her channel, but Ronnie Hayes actually rose awareness of a video she posted similar to the topic of this one, and he actually posted it on Twitter, and I went and watched the full video. I completely agreed with a ton of things she said. She was very well spoken in the video, and I could really relate to a lot of things she said. I would recommend that you guys go and check out Ronnie Hayes' video and Megan Stansfield video. I will actually link them in the description below so you guys can go and watch it. I really would recommend that you guys do so. I've actually known Ronnie Hayes for a decent amount of time. I haven't really known him very personally, but I've talked to him here and there on Facebook and Twitter, and I've followed his YouTube channel since around the 20,000 range. Anyways, both of these videos are worth a watch, and it really raises awareness on the situation, because otherwise I would just have my average of probably not even 1,000 viewers. Usually when it's on update videos like this, it's around 500 or 600 if I'm lucky. So the awareness wouldn't be raised on this like it is now due to Megan Stansfield and Ronnie Hayes. I would also like to say thank you to Ronnie Hayes for raising more awareness on Twitter. He actually quoted one of my tweets and some of his followers saw it, so him and I and Megan Stansfield can relate with this situation. Now let's talk about the claimant for AMC, the person that's claiming all of my content. Emphasis on my content. This content is actually being manually claimed. What this means is that somebody is going to my channel, watching my videos, and searching to see if there's any sort of violation in copyright law, in which if they see a Walking Dead picture, even if the shit is edited out of it, they're still filing a copyright claim notice, and they're saying, this is my content, even if it is fair use and you've added all of this extra stuff to this video and to the original content, I'm still just gonna say this content, we own it. So somebody is actually continually watching my videos to see if I post any Walking Dead pictures, specifically on the Season 7 trailer. Obviously, this person is not doing their job correctly, they don't understand copyright law, and they're abusing their power. I have submitted copyright disputes on all of my videos. In the past, I was afraid to do so because it wasn't justified, but this is completely justified as fair use. I don't know if they're going to deny or accept the claims. I know Ronnie Hayes tried to do this as well, and they actually denied his claim. If they deny my claims, I don't know what I'm going to do because it's going to be a clear abuse of power. What sucks about this is I actually just got released from my copyright strike after 6 months of getting it. 6 months of not being able to upload past 15 minutes, and all of these other limitations. Moving back on over to the claimant, the one I actually got claimed by in the past was also manually claimed. It actually gave me the name of the claimant. I then typed in that name on Google, and it took me to a LinkedIn account. I clicked on the LinkedIn account, and I learned more information about that individual. It turns out that this was actually a foreign person, someone that was not from the US. It was either someone from Russia or South America, and I noticed that they were something like a copyright communications agent. On their LinkedIn, it also gave me an email in which I emailed them and politely asked if they would retract the claim and I would delete the video. I did that multiple times with a break in between the emails and they still didn't reply. I tweeted at AMC on Twitter. I even called the AMC offices, whatever city that's in, whether it's New York or whatever. I called them and I was actually going to talk to them and ask if they could do anything about it. However, the customer support with that was just terrible. You had to know the actual room number of the office before you could even talk to anyone other than a machine. I would give AMC support, especially on copyright issues, an absolute 0 out of 10. I even submitted paragraph emails to AMC support and other AMC support emails too. I literally did everything I possibly could to fix this copyright issue in the past, and I got no response whatsoever. It just feels like I have this constant weight on my back that I have to watch out for, because I know that there's a claimant constantly watching my videos and looking for any sort of reason to abuse their power. I even feel like if I speak out against AMC in a bad way, that this claimant will try and find more videos and claim that as well. I noticed that Meg Stansfield said that she actually messaged them on YouTube, and once she did, they gave her more copyright claims. Now, you could say this is a coincidence, but you never know. There is corruption within pretty much every company. Like she said, this could just be someone that's angry with their job, they're abusing their power, and if they find any sort of reason to screw you over, they might just do so. I just don't understand this because this is freaking free advertisement for the show. Like, honestly, you're just extinguishing that flame of the candle in which you're pretty much stopping people that care about The Walking Dead the most. I mean, look at people like Ronnie Hayes, Meg Stansfield, ZeusTuber, TrevShan. All of us have dedicated major parts of our lives to cover this show and basically give it free advertisement. If I was a business owner, I would freaking love this. This is free advertisement. People are learning about the show because of us. We're keeping people entertained with this show after that big boring moment between the break. We're keeping that show from fading into irrelevancy as this break occurs. And let's be honest here, a lot of us YouTubers actually advertise for merchandise for this show as well. I mean, look at Ronnie Hayes over at Skybound. He's always covering the newest action figures with Skybound, and even with the McFarlane Walking Dead line, so he's pretty much saying, yeah, check out this figure, I love it, you guys should check it out too. AMC had to do nothing for that. I'm telling you guys right now, before I covered The Walking Dead on YouTube, I probably couldn't have cared less about getting a figure for it. Of course I might have bought one or two, but I wouldn't have as many as I do now. That also goes with the comics. I actually got into the comics because of Ronnie Hayes. He really helped me out on Facebook on buying boxes for comics, how to keep your comics in good condition. He was extremely helpful and responsive on Facebook about helping me out with that. And of course he may not remember me as YaBoyPsycho asking this because I asked him on my personal account, but he still helped me, and he also helped me on Twitter. He's been very responsive and helpful when it comes to a lot of things overall. I can honestly call Ronnie Hayes a friend, even though I haven't really talked to him personally a lot. He's just really helped me out a lot overall. Anyways, I started watching his videos on the comics. They got me a lot more excited about the comics, and the fact that you could read the comics and then go and discuss it and make videos on it with other people, that makes it more exciting, honestly, to me. I'm just going to be straight up with you guys. I did not transition over to The Walking Dead until about last fall. I did a review of the Fear the Walking Dead Season 1 finale, and then I started my reviews for The Walking Dead Season 6. I then continued to do additional videos not related to reviews on The Walking Dead. Of course, I started testing the waters with just posting a video on it here and then, just because I wanted to make sure that I would still get a decent amount of views and people that is interested in that content. Before that, I did gaming videos. I can honestly say that due to people like Ronnie Hayes, TrevShan2, the ZeusTuber, all of those people were influential in giving me the confidence to start a Walking Dead YouTube channel. I noticed the success of those channels as they grew. Like I said, I watched Ronnie Hayes when I think he was in around the 20,000s range. The ZeusTuber had like 13,000 I think, and then the Glenn is Alive video skyrocketed his subs a ton. I saw that people could be successful covering The Walking Dead. Now, I want to make sure I emphasize on this. The Walking Dead was something that I always wanted to cover, however, I didn't know if I would get a lot of support for it. I wasn't sure I would gain a big community that would be interested in it. However, I took a leap of faith due to those YouTubers because I saw that there was a community being established with them of people that enjoyed the show, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for this, and hopefully I can establish a community of people that enjoy the show like I do. I'm basically saying that those YouTubers were influential in helping me gain the confidence of making a YouTube channel, and also helping me realize that there is a pretty big community you can gather covering this content. And like I said, this isn't about views or money. I don't make anywhere close to a living off of The Walking Dead YouTube. If you guys saw how much I earned, it would honestly be a sad situation to see, considering I spend more time on YouTube probably than I do work. I skip out on a lot of things I sometimes regret, like family time. I just don't want to wake up one morning and see that I have gotten 3 copyright strikes on this channel, and that I'm done for, and that the 7-day countdown for my termination has started. That honestly scares the crap out of me because I've put in so much work to this YouTube channel. I've put in over 300 videos into this YouTube channel. To see all of that disappear, all of the amazing comments for you guys, I love reading the comments. That's honestly like a scrapbook to me because I get to going back and see all of the nice things you guys said, even if it's a long time ago. To have all of that disappear, my thumbnails I put work into, my commentary and video, my titles, my description, even my tags, I actually put in a lot of work with descriptions, especially when it comes to reviews. I pretty much write a paper for those descriptions. I just don't want to see this disappear one day after all of this hard work. It just doesn't make sense to me from a business standpoint, and I honestly don't know what the hell AMC is doing. They need to get control of their copyright claimant employees and sift through the good ones and bad ones. Rather than people that are actually contributing to a topic and making it fair use, they should be focusing on people trying to post full episodes or people posting a full comic. People like us are just advertising this show and enjoying it. After the Season 6 finale, they encouraged speculation. That in speculation includes us on YouTube. We pretty much speculate year-round on this show. So if they encourage that, why are they trying to strike us down? It makes you wonder, are they encouraging that to happen so they can claim those videos on YouTube and then make money? I don't think that's the case, and yeah, it sounds far-fetched, but you could honestly bring it up to them like that. I have actually always been a person that's tried to take up for AMC and understand some of their situations. Of course, there were times that I didn't, but for the most part, I really tried to support AMC in the decisions they made. There were a lot of times when people went after AMC, and I still took up for them. I just feel like this is an extremely dirty move they're doing to YouTubers over The Walking Dead, and it's something that needs to be fixed right now. I honestly don't know what to do. Like I said, I'm just too small of a YouTuber to make an extreme difference. People like Ronnie Hayes can really make a difference with this, but with not even 14,000 subscribers, it's hard to make a ripple in the water, let alone a wave. Some people may say, well, Psycho, you do have 14,000 subscribers, but in reality, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, not even half of those people are active, and that is largely due to my transition in content from gaming to The Walking Dead. There's a lot of people that subscribe for gaming and are now inactive because they're not interested in The Walking Dead. It's like trying to find a specific group of Walking Dead fans within a specific group of gaming fans within the group of YouTube users. I've had recommendations of starting a change.org petition, however, I don't know if that's really going to do anything. The only thing I can think of is that we don't let this be swept under the rug. Ronnie Hayes, Meg Stansfield, if you guys are still watching this, which you probably aren't, we cannot just let this occur. We have to keep raising awareness over this. One way you guys can help me do this, the only thing I can really think of, is to tweet other Walking Dead YouTubers with the link of this video and also asking if they have been experiencing this situation. Then as I figure out there's more people that have this situation, we can all identify with each other and then come up with some sort of plan to band together and stop this. After all, learning from people that are in the same position as myself, I think that would be beneficial, and it might help us figure out what to do with this overall. Now, I don't mean this to spam other YouTubers my video, I'm just trying to get people with similar situations and gather some sort of community in which we can finally deal with this. I really apologize for the long video. I know a lot of you probably didn't make it till the end. This actually might be my longest video ever on YouTube. But it seems like I always go through the motions of making a video, and then right after it, I realize something I didn't say, and I'm like, shit, I wish I would have said that. So I think that's one of the reasons why this video was so long. I was trying to figure out every possible thing that I wanted to cover, so I could get it out for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching if you made it to the end. Thank you for watching if you just watched a part of this video. But please make sure to like this video and share it on any sort of social media account. That could really help with this situation. Thank you guys once again for watching. Peace out.